We are here with Talking with Chetwynd. Today, we will be talking with Ken Korematsu. We're here to celebrate Fred Korematsu Day. Hey Ken, how are you?
Good, Ryan. Good.
So Ken, tell us a little about yourself.
Well, my dad served in World War II. After the bombing of Pearl Harbor, my dad was brought to Topaz intern camp. There, the Americans recruited all available Nisei, or second-generation Americans born in America. The Americans chose the Nisei because the Issei, or first-generation Americans, were thought to be spies. My father decided to help in the war even though he was a prisoner. He almost felt like he had to be remembered in some way, shape, or form.
How did your father feel when the FBI came to his house and told him that he's going to have to be kicked out?
Well, my father first felt very upset. In fact, he felt so upset and thought this was so unnecessary that he resisted the FBI because my father didn't believe that they should be put in this prison camp just because they were from Japanese descent.
Well, this is making me regret paying my taxes. So Ken, what happened to your dad when he resisted to leave his home?
Well, the FBI arrested him and brought my father to the Supreme Court. He was then proven guilty and after forced my father to go to Topaz, one of the 10 intern camps in the United States at the time. My father once said that he was guarded with machine guns and surrounded with barbed wire wherever he glanced.
So tell us a little bit of how Fred Korematsu Day originated from.
The holiday first started after my father passed away. They honored him with his own holiday. Then they made a statue dedicated to him. I think this was honored because he stood up to his own culture and believed very strongly in his own beliefs. He fought strongly in court, but was still put in the internment camps.
So Ken, when I say Japanese internment camps, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Well, I'm a sensei, or third-generation Japanese American, so I wouldn't know a ton about that topic. But when I do, I think of sadness and despair because they didn't do anything wrong, and yet our government pretty much put a gun into our heads, figuratively, not literally, and said to get out of your houses and go to jail just because we looked Japanese or the enemy. The common denominator is looked. We weren't Japanese. We weren't the enemy. We just looked like the enemy.
That's real sad. Did your father have any siblings?
Yes, he was the third of four kids. So we had 2 older siblings and 1 younger.
Thank you, Ken, for your time today. We really appreciate it. Next time, we will talk about global warming. Thank you. Happy Fred Korematsu Day, and goodbye.